Hello everyone, as you all know the Gravity game mode is available and today I decided to do a top 5 of the funniest tanks you could play in this game mode, so let's not lose too much time and jump directly into it. At the 5th place of this leaderboard guys, we're going to talk about the VK16801P, aka the mouse at tier 8. It's a premium tier 8 tank that is going to come in the shop pretty much, I guess, because of Gravity pretty soon. And obviously this tank is in the list thanks to its abilities to ram people. As you may or may not know, this tank is the heaviest you can encounter at tier 8, which means that whenever you are going to ram something, they are going to take more damage than you. And this is something crucial while playing heavy tanks in this game mode, because that's all the heavy tanks are going to do here. Ramming, ramming, and ramming. Maybe its abilities have been reduced a little bit due to the fact that now we have the thruster ability, which allows light, medium and tank destroyer to avoid getting pushed and rammed by you. But hey, as long as you encounter any heavy tanks of the same tier, they're just gonna wait for you to ram them, because there is nothing else they can do besides losing all your hit points when you're gonna confront them. To keep it classy, I had to talk about the mouse in this leaderboard. Not necessarily because the tank itself is awesome, but it's quite enjoyable. Let me explain myself. It's not going to be enjoyable all the time. For this tank to be fun, you have to fail on either heavy tanks that can't use the thruster, or just find some people that will not use the thruster, because the ramming abilities of the mouse, the heaviest tank in the game, are obviously insane, which will allow you to destroy everything in the smallest amount of time possible. But keep in mind one thing with the mouse: you are fast, yes, but if someone tracks you, you are going to lose all your velocity and all your speed, which can be also quite frustrating. So my advice when you're playing with this tank is always focus on targets that didn't see that you were coming, such as the Jag Panzer right there. That will allow you to destroy pretty much everything in one go, because let's be honest, a mouse going at 50 kilometers per hour is definitely a threat, especially if you're not in the sky. Number 3, the Grill 15. Let me explain myself. There are 3 things that I find lovely about the Grill. The first one is obviously its ability to use the thruster. But most importantly, I would say first, the caliber of the gun that will allow you to launch away every single enemy you encounter, like we did here with the Sheridan. And most importantly, its accuracy, which is going to be vital when it comes to you being in the air. Because when you're using the Grill 15, it's a sniper on the ground, but also in the air, because most of the time, when you shoot with this tank on your targets on the ground, you will not miss them. And as I say that, I missed the Sheridan missile. But trust me guys, if you want to have some fun while being sure to penetrate every single target and not miss them when you're in the air, the Grill 15 is a tank made for you. But keep in mind one thing: unlike all the other tanks at tier 10, this one doesn't have any armor, which means that when you're in the air, you're extremely vulnerable. So make sure not to be the main target of your opponents, otherwise you are gonna get completely crushed. Which is one of the few tanks I really enjoyed a lot in this game. What is truly amazing about the AP-183 when the RNG is with you, obviously, is that using the HESH shell and calibrated shell that should give you around 230mm of armor, or penetration I should say, you are not able to penetrate every single target from the front. It's totally logic. But once you're in the air with 230mm shooting at the roof of tanks, you can penetrate everything, which means that you are able to HESH everything. And being in the air while putting 1.3k damage on anything on the ground, mouse, E100 and Jag Panzer E100 included, is so satisfying that it makes me want to play that tank again and again and again. Of course, it has a downside, which is the reload time. So when you're on the ground and you're reloading, you can be panicking. That's why with this tank, I would advise you to always push the thruster ability anytime you can if you're in danger. This way, it will allow you to put 1.3k on your opponents while escaping at the same time. Tank to play in the Gravity mode, it's the Jag Panzer E100, the tier 10 German Tech 3 tank. Let me explain. I love that tank for 3 reasons. The first one is its armor. The armor profile will allow you to bounce from time to time, especially when you're on the ground, because you can angle. That makes it great. On top of that, you had the gun, the caliber of the gun that will allow you to move away anything, mouse and E100 included, which is something really awesome. And finally, the thruster ability combined with the amazing accuracy you have, you are gonna deal 800 damage minimum from the sky to your opponents. And regardless of what you're shooting at, due to your amazing, and I really want to insist on that, your amazing penetration. So yeah, for me, the Jag Panzer E100, even if in regular battles it's one of the worst tank ever, when it comes to gravity, I have nothing to say. I'm just in love with the tank and I could play it all day long. Hopefully you enjoyed that video, guys. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like and share, but also tell me in the comments what's your top 5 go-to tanks when it comes to gravity. Maybe it's gonna help some people to have fun, because let's be fair, when or since Wargaming added the thruster ability, I'm really enjoying gravity and I'm sure you do as well. So tell me, I'm curious about it, and I'm gonna see you soon for a new video, probably tomorrow, probably tonight, probably one day, let's say it like that. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave you here with the replay just in case you want to see it, and bye. That's all I have to say.